Dun dun dun! Cue dramatic music intro. So this is Mature Racing Club's Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. This is the Elite One League, and this is the final race of, well, the final races of the season. So I'm just going to go quiet while we watch Fabuki, who I think is probably the championship leader. I'll get the tables up in a second and we'll go through that. Oh, my internet's had a big go slow. Maybe I won't be doing that. Okay. Stream manager. There we go. Just for the follow, Ginger Paddy. Let's copy that. Let's get some viewers in. Pasting links out is more tedious than it actually should be. There we go. Post that. The P1 guys a shout as well, because they do a lot. They do love a live stream. So, do I dare fire my laptop for points, or do I rely on this? I think I'm just going to try and rely on this, you know. It doesn't seem to want to work. Let's try again. Oh, we're working. So, yeah, Fabuki. Fabuki's your leader at the minute. He's the man with the plan. He's the man that's winning all the races, and he's currently leading the championship. Closest rival to him, P1 Don, a fair few points behind, I'll be brutally honest. Fabuki's had a great season, so he's managed to pretty much seal this one up, with P1 Don actually not making it so far tonight. It might be a late arrival, but we're not too sure. So Fabuki, for the time being, is set to become your current champion for season 13, but as we know, that can change. If he has disconnects and all that sort of stuff, then it's all open again. Speaking of P1 Don, he holds P2. He's got quite a firm grip over P2. He is 50 odd points clear of P3. P3 is held by this man, Mr. B rated, when it flicks to him. There he is. So he currently holds P3, although the fight for P3 is probably what we're going to focus on, because he's only 1 point ahead of Dangly Ball, who's only 2 points ahead of JPH, who is only 1 point ahead of Angus McCotup, only a couple of points ahead of Rear Wheel, and then Ghost Realm. There's about 20 odd points adrift of those, but Ghost Realm and Mutt are on exactly the same points tally. So anything can happen 20 minutes, hence I'm not washing, and hence I'm not really giving qualifying too much coverage yet, because yeah, there's not really any reason. The drivers have gone out and set their first times, I guess. They'll come in about the halfway mark, get new tyres on, reset, and you'd probably see them head back out again to set new times and see if they can, of course, improve it. So at the minute, Rear Wheel leading the way. So he's out there. We've got Fabuki, current championship leader. He's P2 in the standings. Ghost Realm, P3, 4 times off pole. Infinity Decals, a good showing for him so far. P4 for Infinity Decals. Has 91, currently holding at P5. JPH, P6 for JPH, 7th for Angus McCotup, 8th for Mutt 36, 9th for Dangly Ball, and 10th for B rated. B rated has told me that he's going to do terribly since I am covering the race, so whether that's a mark of my poor commentary or whether it's just he doesn't like having his races commentated on, I don't know, but that's how it's gonna go. JPH, how are you doing, mate? So I thought I'd do live comms. I normally do race in this league, but I backed out of it quite early on in the season. I did debate in my head coming back just for like a night like I did the other week, but I'm not really feeling it, so I'm backing out and I'm just going to do the live comms instead. In fairness, it kind of saves me a job in a week or so's time when I eventually get round to doing them all anyway. So it's 2 birds 1 stone. Plus Elite 1 does have a very, very close sort of mid-table. So format for you tonight if you're watching this casually. So qualifying, we've got another 9 minutes left of quali. We'll then be jumping straight into a race here at Alsace. That race will last for 30 minutes and they're all in the Ferrari, as you can probably tell. So the first race is a 1 make race. Then race 2, we flip the results from race 1 upside down, and the drivers will all take that to their chosen Group 4 machinery for a final shootout at Circuit de la Sarthe, the Le Mans 24-hour track. So I would expect the cars with good top end to do very, very, very well there. So TTs are good, but they're not the fastest top end Group 4 car. I think the Sirocco takes that, but I'll wait to be corrected. It's not a slouch by any means. Maybe the Peugeot, actually. I think the Peugeot will do really well. But there's a couple of us. I was one of them that picked like what we call an MR car, so not the fastest overall speed, and we will be languishing at La Sarthe. So we will out to set more time, so plenty of time in this qualifying session to get those times in. You tend to see the drivers will get a feel for the track conditions. They will start to put some moderately representative lap times in early on, and then you see the fast times fly in a little bit later when the track's rubbing in and the drivers have built the confidence in the circuit. You will notice a couple of the cars are sporting similar looking liveries tonight. So the livery, and I'm focusing on Infinity Decals kind of for a reason, because he created all these liveries. One of the chaps in the sim racing community sadly lost his father recently, and his father used to drive I think it was a Ferrari 360 Challenge, I think it was, in this exact livery, and Infinity Decals has kind of recreated it for us as Fabuki goes pole. So he's done different colour variants of the livery. He did it all very last minute, and it's very nice of him to have pasted this together tonight for us, so that we can pay homage to that's a great reader. Right, pole sitter Fabuki, 3.5 taps clear of 2 minutes, pretty much 2 minutes point 1. Really good time here in the Ferrari, which can become unstable in some of the longer corners. We'll jump on board with a driver in a moment to get a feel for the track. To see where everyone is in that lap. JPH, we'll jump on board with JPH. Don't pit JPH, just go for a lap. I know you're listening. There we go, make it a good lap, mate. So, off start finish line then, it's a very, very short sprint up to turn 1. It's an uphill, almost off camber right-hander. You really want to hook the apex up and don't drive it out too wide. JP's nice and tidy there. Up the hill, slipstream is king as you go up towards the top of the crest, as we sweep our way back down again into what is technically turn 3. You can take this car, because you take this turn because of the camber a lot faster than you think you can. Down to third, carry third, catch the apex, hook the car into the inside, and again let the car run out. You want to be straight over to the right, just ready to widen your angle into the first long sweeping corner. Alsace has a couple of these and you really need to be careful. You kind of get confident and then you'll just go out wide. One of the tightest corners in the circuit. Down to third, some drivers will catch second through there just to grab that extra rotation. Nice and tidy for JPH then. Back down the hill for another sweeping corner. This one a little bit narrower. This is the one that catches everyone out. The back end of the Ferrari gets nice and light on the entrance to that because of the downhill nature. And then into the long sweeping right-hander. This has some lovely camber on it. You can smash the speed through here. and carrying as much speed out as we go through a timing beam. We'll see if JPH is improving. It's a nice and tidy lap so far, down into the hairpin, the tightest corner on the circuit. Second gear, catch the apex on the power as quickly as possible, and then we're going back uphill again. So the more speed you can carry through this corner here, the better your time's going to be, because the less momentum you lose going up the hill through the inflatable, I don't even know what to describe it, arch. It reminds me a bit more of a rally stage than a actual racing circuit. Nice and tidy through the final chicane. Just be very careful. Always run it just a little bit wide there, and just don't catch the wall on the exit. Nice tidy lap by JPH. It's very close for that for these spots. So JPH actually does improve. Leaps himself ahead of B rated, but that mistake towards the end I think did cost him a tenth or so. So he'll be looking at that P5 held by Infinity decals and knowing that that is probably a very realistic target for him to get pretty close in qualifying. I'd say the top two are starting to sort of fly away with it a little bit, so Fubuki and Rear Wheel kind of in a class of their own right now. With Mutt 36 bringing up the best of the rest, aka the Red Bulls. Well, the Red Bulls, is it? They are classed as one of the fastest teams. I'd say Ferraris, but they'd be down the back in real world. So we've got Mutt 36, P3 Ghost Realm, P4. I don't think he's had a season to remember this time round as Ghost Realm, but he's stuck in there. We've got Infinity Decals P5. We just covered JPH was about ready to take his time away from him. Has 91's improved as well, knocks JPH back down to P7. Rated. A driver I rate very, very highly, and someone I've enjoyed many, many battles with over my time on this game. Unfortunately, just not getting in the groove at Alsace tonight, as that Angus Makoup improves his time as well, so he's now up to P6, so another place lost for JPH, and has 91 there. So we've got a couple more minutes of quali remaining. This is probably where the fast times will start being set now. We are coming to the end of it. It's a 2-minute lap. It's a big long lap here at Alsace. And I'm just hoping that P1 Don can get himself into the room tonight. Because to have P1 Don here as well would make this battle way more interesting. He did drop a note saying he was trying to get his kids in bed and settled. Real life obviously comes first. If you can't make it for the first one, hopefully you can make it for the second race, which is going to be at Le Mans, at least to come and join for that one. So we've gone through the grid, we've gone through the tables. What I'll do in the middle, so we tend to have a few minutes break between race 1 and race 2. I'll update the tables with the points from race 1, and that'll give us a bit more of a realistic look at how race 2 shapes up in terms of the championship. It has to be said, unless P1 Don arrives in the next minute or so, we can pretty much crown this man champion for this season. P1 Don was the only one in a position to challenge him really, and I was really hoping that he could make it tonight, but alas, real life has to come first. Right, we've had another little bit of a shifty up. Angus Makoup improves his time yet again, so again, like I said, he's starting to improve that time now, and he is just ahead of this man, Infinity Decals, who's on a flying lap now. A lot of these guys will now be on their final flying laps. JPH is just on an out lap, so he might get a chance to finish this. Hopefully he can. He's currently P9. We've got 10 drivers in the room tonight, and normally there's a space for 16, so hopefully the stream won't be too boring for you, and I won't have to start talking about interesting facts about badges and stuff like that, so hopefully. Why has it gone live with Next Gen PMR series? 1 minute, I need to fix this. Give me a sec. Oh no, it's come up properly. It's just being a bit crap. It came up on me bot that I was streaming Next Gen when I wasn't. As timing and Ghost Realm was improving, so was B-rated. So these are the two drivers that are on better lap times. Ghost Realm currently P4. We'll be getting a little bit of a slipstream from Mutt ahead of him. He's currently nearly 2 tenths ahead in terms of his time. B-rated just ahead of these guys on track. Was B-rated improving in that second sector? No, but he didn't lose a bucket on the time. Ghost Realm didn't improve either. They're coming towards the end of the laps now. Your pole sitter for the time being is at least Fabuki. We'll let him see if JPH is doing anything, but he wasn't lighting up the timing screen, so if he's doing it, he's got to do it quick. As you can see behind there then, Ghost Realm was starting to get held up by Mutt ahead. So B-rated improves to P8, a good lap in the end by B-rated. Ghost Realm in the end doesn't manage to improve his time. JPH 99 will have gone through one timing beam. How has he done? 42.4 for sector 1, so not terrible, but not an improvement for JPH. And qualifying is over, so your pole sitter then for this one is Fabuki. Alongside him on the grid is Rear Wheel 72. Line up the second row of the grid, Mutt 36 with Ghost Realm alongside him. Third row of the grid, Angus McCope and Infinity Decals complete that lineup. MRC Dangly Ball and B-rated. Hold P7 and P8 with Has 91 in P9 and JPH in P10. JPH is finishing this lap by the looks of it, but it's not an improved time. So we're going to have a little bit of a break. I'll just tell the lads that the stream is live. Live on Twitch. Hopefully P1 Don gets himself here. Come on, Don. I'm going to message him at P1 chat. I'll just say. Hopefully he can make it. Just to give Fabuki a challenge. That's all I want, is someone just to Fabuki. Love the circuit, hate this car. I think a lot of it here is going to be brake balance, JPH. Because you got all that weight over the rear wheels. Ferrari's usually a bit of a tricky sod anyway. In terms of how it handles gradients, let's just say. So just consider where your brake balance is, and you'll probably find a few temps just by taming the braking of that car. It doesn't enjoy braking downhill. Infinity Decal's giving us a bit of a drifting show. Using up his tyre allocation in style. Good award points for drifting. I would award you points for that, but unfortunately we don't give points for childish things, I'm afraid. P1 Don can't make it to this one. He's hoping to be able to race 2, but news on the grapevine is he can't race the first one, so that is pretty much going to give the title to Fabuki. I say gift, it takes it away from him saying that, because he has earned it. He's had an absolutely solid season. Mutt and Ghost Realm get very close to each other. I don't know what these two boys are doing. Infinity Decal still drifting his way around the circuit. Maybe he's just rubbing the track in for extra grip on what he thinks will be the racing line, and maybe a tactic he's employing, who knows. you're earning thumbnail credentials here, mate. Although I can't snip this as a replay. You're just going to pile into all these cars now. You're going to go around them. The FIA safety marshals would have an absolute field day with this one, wouldn't they? Right, so we are just waiting for the lobby to start. The guys do normally have a couple of minute break just to get themselves ready, and I don't know what else to do. Angus McKillop's trying to get some drifting in as well, but I think Infinity Decals needs to give him some drifting lessons. This is how it's done. So I'm guessing Infinity Decals isn't using the wheel tonight. It's back on pad because it's easy to do that on pad. Not so easy on a wheel. I do like the livery that we're rocking tonight. Dun 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 dun. I'd put this on actually. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Tokyo. Oh god, I'm gonna lose my marbles one day, mate, if I've not already lost them. That's, yeah. It has descended into chaos, I think, is probably the best way of putting it. What the fuck is going on? Like, lads, yeah. I think they're resorted to going backwards now as well. Oh god, reminds me of the TCA league that we did, basically total cocking about league. Anyway, Fabuki with his windscreen wipers going, he takes top spot from qualifying and will start in P1 with 30 minutes lie ahead then in the Ferrari 458. Waiting for all the lights to come on. Once they go off, the revs will drop and they will get away and start the penultimate race of the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship Season 13. Fabuki gets a great start. We will following in behind. Is there any chaos at turn 1? There isn't. This is great. JP8 settled to P9 already. We've got Has91 who's had a terrible start right at the back in P10. But the slipstream effect is kicking in already, and you expect to see a lot of moves being made down at turn 3. And you see Angus McKillop getting absolutely swarmed here. We've got Gosha and we've got Infinity Decals involved in this one, as well as B-Rated in there somewhere. Angus McKillop though holds on. Gosha actually went for that move and has lost a position now to Infinity Decals, who took a tighter line and therefore got the racing line. Gosham's down to P6, then JPH up to P7. He's had a great start. Did say like this track, just wasn't a fan of the Ferraris. We see Gosham there goes for a move on Infinity Decals, and by doing that he's lost another position. He's getting B-rated all over him as well. B-rated is going to have the inside, so in the space of like 3 corners, Gosham has lost about 4 positions. He's having a terrible start. Meanwhile, at the top of the field, we've got Fabuki running away with it. Rear wheel man clinging onto his coattails a little bit. 136 just about withstanding the assault from Angus McKillop, and Infinity Decals up to P5. Then we've got B-rated P6. He's racing with JPH, or he was racing with JPH and went deep. JPH is going to get the move made on the inside. Nice and tidy. B-rated, unfortunately, he's lost out there. This was coming down to the hairpin. You want to be on the brakes. Oh, we just went a little bit deep. Just went a little bit too deep there, did B-rated, and that shunted him down right to the back of the grid. We've got Dangly Ball, P8 for Dangly Ball, then chasing Ghost Realm down. And at the rate Ghost Realm's been losing places, he'd be forgiven for thinking he can get that move made sharpish as well. JPH with a good start, up to P6 then for JPH. Infinity Decals then up to P4. He's got past Angus McCoat up somewhere, and the race is now starting to fall into some sort of order. So we're going to be here for another 27 minutes, ladies and gents. So let's find something to talk about. So let's see what's going on. Oh, Mach 36 with a nice drive out of that corner then. And he's all over the back of rear wheel. Does he get that move made from rear wheel? Oh, pressing the wrong button there, sorry. Not meant to press that one, meant to press that one. There we go. Oh, as we see Dicker wheel. Oh, no, God. Chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Chaos as into Infinity Decals is caught up on that one as well. Mach 36. We'll go back and have a look at that from Mutt's perspective and see what actually happened. But he's all the way down in P8 now. Let's go and have a look. We missed that. So that car there is rear wheel 72. And there's cars behind him as well. Yeah, Mutt just gets on the grass, gets collected by a couple of cars as well. That has put Infinity Decals right down at the back of the grid now. He's fighting with B-rated. All this has helped Ghost Realm out though. Ghost Realm's now back up to P5. By sheer fortune, Ghost Realm's back up to P5. What I want to do is jump on board Infinity Decals and see what that last incident looked like from him. So you'll see Mutt get a bit of a slider on. Yeah, Infinity, he just had nowhere to go. Like, literally could not get out of the way. Couldn't slow down anymore, and he was slowing down. So Infinity Decals then down to P10. And chasing down B-rated. He's got some work to do now. Has 91 though, good start for Haz. He's up to P7. Two former Michelin teammates are in this one, Mutt and Haz. So they are trying to represent in Elite 1 Ghost Realm. Up to P5 was taking a very different line to all the other cars there. JPH 99's up to P3. When did that happen? Oh, JPH, mate, I know you're listening to this. I'm sorry, I missed that. Whatever you do, don't let Bailey overtake you. It's getting a bit tight then between Angus McCoat and Ghost Realm. We'll just jump on board Angus, real name Darren. He just loves a pun in his PSN name. Nice and tidy there is Angus McCoat as he's chasing it down Ghost Realm. A lot of time can be gained and lost through here if you carry too much speed, and sometimes having to get off the power mid corner will just hurt your exit speed. Nice and tidy though from all these guys. It was nicely handled. A little bit of a tap there, but I actually don't think Angus got on the power too. I don't think he messed that up too much. But for the time being, it's JPH99 who is the cork in the bottle, and he's don't forget he pretty much started this one at the back. In fact, I think he did start at the back. So to be in P3 at the end of lap 3, fantastic achievement. Ghost Realm's had a tidy couple of laps as well. I wouldn't overtake there if I were you. I'd just be a little bit patient. Turn 3 is probably your best overtaking spot here as you get the slipstream coming up the hill. The camber of the corner just lends itself to overtaking. Ghost Realm goes for the cutback though on JP, and I keep pressing that goddamn button. Please press that button. You tell I'm rusty with live comms now, can't you? This action would normally help rear wheel 72 man, but he's not. But JPH and Ghost Realm that are still managing to maintain decent pace while fighting. Which is quite impressive to do, to be fair. I'll give them credit for that. It's not easy to maintain the pace that you need to. see the intense battle raging now between Ghost Realm and JPH99. So what Angus will probably be doing at this point is sitting back, observing. He doesn't need to push the envelope too much at this point. He's not getting an immediate threat from behind, and he can just watch the couple of cars ahead battle it out. There is a chance that they will have contact and affect each other's pace, and he can just slide through unaffected. All that'll happen with Angus at this minute in time, if he gets involved in that fight too much, is it'll slow him down. So he might as well maintain his pace. He's setting personal best lap times as well. Angus much better on the brakes in there, but I would argue it's affecting his exit speed a little bit more. So he just needs to be a little bit more cautious with his entry speeds as Angus back up, just to make sure he's not getting lost on the straights like here. But a good performance by these top drivers so far. We've got JPH99, we've got Rear Wheel, we've got Ghost Realm involved in this. Ghost Realm goes for a move there, and that puts JPH off his line. Again, not really an overtaking spot there, but what Bailey's managed to do with that, I guess, is affect JPH's sort of attention, which is probably all he's wanting to do, really, as he goes for the cutback. And now coming up here is going to be Bailey's best overtaking opportunity. Get maximum suck going up the hill, and look to get that move made down into turn number 3. So turn 2 now, turn 3 is this one coming up. JPH goes defensive. For the time being, no room at the end for Ghost Realm. He just gets it a little bit untidy on the exit there. JPH for the time being is standing firm. Let's have a quick flick through the pack. So we've got Angus McCall at P5. We've got a good battle emerging between Danglyball and Mutt. So Danglyball, I think, is one of these drivers that's in contention for the top 3 spot as well. We'll see how that lines up, but Mutt 36 pulls a lovely move and retains that P6 spot. Infinity decals after the shunt earlier on in the race, now into P8, B rated, P9 for B rated, and unfortunately has 91. He's down in P10 for the time being. Meanwhile, Fabuki P1, 7.5 seconds. This battling that's happening behind is really helping Fabuki out, but it's got to be said, he's just got incredible pace. He's definitely got the pace to be in a higher lobby, aka Fusion, which is where he'll find himself next season, no doubt. This battle for third, though, as is the championship battle for third, the battle for third in the race is as hot as ever. JPH just runs it a little bit wide there, that gives Bailey the run. JPH is going to lose out here unless he can just hold it off under braking. Angus McCall tries to move over. No room at the end there, though, I'm afraid. JPH does just have to settle for this for the time being. He's going to fight Angus. He's just got ahead of Angus, as we see a car in the pits already. Danglyball in the pits already. Very early pit stop for Danglyball. We have got tyre wear on. It's ×3. I would probably expect most drivers to be running 15-minute stints. It's quite high tyre wear at Alsace. There's a lot of very fast corners, but I still wouldn't expect any more than a midpoint 1 stop. Let's get a little bit argy-bargy between JPH and Angus McCall as Angus gets himself up into P4. These guys, as before, could do with not squabbling. Don't want to let Bailey get away, because Rear Wheel's already starting to make a break for it. He's got 2.4 second gap now over Ghost Realm Gaming. So I'm just checking my notifications. Well, it's just notifications about how good the new Balak film is about, which I need to go and see somehow. So Fabuki then is, at this minute in time, 10 seconds clear of the field. It's that wiper. That wiper gives him an extra 40 brake horsepower. It's one of them Ferrari cheats, isn't it? They've hacked the electrics of that car. Rear Wheel, yeah, he's quite a way off P1, but for the time being he's got P2 tied up. Goshaw P3 for the time being for Bailey. Just leading this pack, consisting of Angus McCollum, JPH. Mutt 36 has reeled that one in as well. So after Dangly Ball's pit stop, that's kind of released Mutt. Mutt 36, who is no slouch, can start on the attack now. As you see, it's so very close here as we near the halfway point of the race. We are sort of in undercut territory now, so B-Rated pitted. He will hope that a faster outlap than the lap the guys are doing now will prevail. Some drivers may try the no stop if they're particularly good at holding on to their tyres. But for the time being, I'd probably estimate that all of them are going to end up pitting. Yet again, there's Angus McCollum who's looking to be on the attack. JPH is still involved in that little battle as well. And at the minute, any one of these drivers could be looking at a podium finish. Sort me chart out. There we go. So Goshaw basically being pushed around the circuit now by Angus McCollum. Angus, who doesn't want to hang about, has got a JPH attacking him as well. So Goshaw, as he breaks down towards the hairpin, you just see how much more assured Angus is on the brakes down there. That yellow Ferrari certainly is gripping a little bit more. Makes me wonder whether Angus is running a softer compound tyre, which will have more grip, but it will wear down quicker. Although if he was on a very, very, very soft compound tyre, he'd be feeling that tyre wear really bad right about now. Does anyone pit? Fabuki doesn't pit. We're going to see any of these in. We see Angus McCollum up in the pit lane. He's going to try and go for the undercut. Dangly Ball has already done that. So, Angus McCollum comes out in P7. And kind of importantly for him, he's got a bit of clean air ahead of him now. He's got Dangly Ball behind. Dangly Ball pitted a lap ago. So technically the undercut's worked for Dangly Ball. He has gained time by it so far. With all these drivers up here yet to pit or confirm their pit strategy. Pitting is of course optional, so they don't have to do it. They can pit if they want to, but they're by no means enforced to do that. So a battle for P2 then. That's pretty much where it's at. Rear wheel. They're losing a bit of time to go, so hovered about a second for a little while now. Mutt trying to put the pressure on JPH. Now that Angus McCollum's out of the way, these drivers need this lap to count. This needs to be a good lap for all these guys, or Angus is just going to get the undercut done on them all. It's a nice short pit lane here at Alsace. Mutt and JPH just fighting is only going to slow them down. They need to be reeling Bailey in up ahead. They can't be losing time to go strong gaming up ahead, because that will just affect him at the end of the race. Fabuki in the pits, so race leader will pit and come out way ahead of everyone else still. Nice and tidy by Mutt there. Does everyone else pit? Go strong pits. JPH also pits. Mutt is going to carry on for another lap. This could work for Mutt. Mutt might be trying to go for the no stop. Rear wheel might be doing the same as well. So the gap between Fabuki's managed to pit, put new tyres on, come back out again, and still be nearly 8 seconds ahead of rear wheel 72 man. Mutt not yet pitted. Infinity Decals not yet pitted. Angus McCollum has pitted. got Ghost Storm in P6 who's pitted, JPH. And I'm battling with Danglyball, who you'll remember pitted a couple of laps ago. So while JPH and Ghost Storm are trying to get their tyres up to temperature, Danglyball needs to be working these lads hard for the next couple of corners while those tyres are, let's just say, struggling to get up to pressure. GT Sport does simulate that relatively well. As these V8s crackle across the French countryside, and we'll see what strategic cards are left to play. Fabuki. Sorry Fabuki, you're not going to get a ton of coverage in this race, purely because it's a little bit boring just watching a car on its own. I've got a feeling Le Mans will probably be the same. It's not going to be the most entertaining circuit, I don't think. But we'll see, we hope. We live in hope. So, does Rear Wheel and Mutt, do they pit? Because does Infinity Decals pit? Because at the minute, Infinity Decals is working his way onto Angus McCollum's Christmas card list, because the longer he holds up the cars behind him, the better it's going to, the better chance it's going to give him of escaping away a little bit. Gosham's struggling to get past Infinity Decals. Does the red Ferrari pit? He does indeed. So does Rear Wheel 72. Mutt carries on. I'm curious, I want to see what his tyres are like. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep that graphic on, just so we can keep an eye on that. So Fabuki with his turbo wipers, 13 seconds ahead now, Mutt 36. No stopper, he is P2, he's 2 seconds nearly clear of Angus McCollum. Angus McCollum, of course, P3 ahead of Ghost Realm Gaming. He got the undercut done. JPH is giving Ghost Realm Gaming all sorts of problems for that P4 spot. Rear Wheel 72, after his pit stop, has basically been undercut by all this lot. That time spent on old tyres has hurt him. Well, these guys were doing 201s, he was doing 202s. So yeah, probably has hurt him a little bit, plus some unexpected racing in the last little stint as well. So we'll see what happens with Rear Wheel. It was running P2. Got a lot of cars to get through ahead. So JPH, Ghost Realm, Angus McCollum and Mutt all came in a little bit early. Sorry, Mutt didn't come in earlier. He's on old dead tyres now, and Angus McCollum has took about a second out of him in this lap alone. So Mutt now is really just going to start coming under fire. I think he could again be a bit of a cork in a bottle for some of these guys. As we see Angus McCollum go for a move, Mutt's going to defend it, go to the inside. The tyres screaming in pain, or a little bit of contact there. We might choose to go back and have a look at that, depending on whether anything else happens. And Mutt 36 does indeed peel off into the pits. Let's go and have a look at what happened with that contact between him and Angus McCollum. So Angus is going to fly down the outside, I think. There was nothing in that. Just a little bit of kind nudging. So Mutt now back out into P8, just behind Infinity Decals, ahead of Danglyball. What's happened to Danglyball? Why is he down in P9? What's happened to him? I thought that was a 208, wasn't it? A 208? I don't know. I'm not sure what's happened to Danglyball, I'll be honest. Not too sure. Fabuki though, he's just buggered off. To be honest, Angus McCollum now holding P2, we've got Ghost on P3, JPH P4. These guys, again, inseparable this race. And you kind of have a feeling that the order you see here is going to change a couple of times in the next 8.5 minutes. Rear Wheel 2 seconds behind this fight as well. Infinity Decals a second further back. He's having a fight with B-rated and Mutt though at the minute. Mutt's on the freshest tyres of them all. So I'd imagine Mutt will just start scything through the field now with the fresh tyres. Nip down the inside of B-rated here. B-rated does squeeze him at the apex, makes him work for it. He's not going to let Mutt have the position easily. So Angus McCullough still winning this little fight here, but again, anything can happen. Gosholm just takes a bite out of the back of the Ferrari ahead of him there, and as they come across start lap number 12, 7 and a bit minutes remaining, so another what, 3-4 laps. You get a feeling anything could happen, especially between these three. Rear wheel not really catching up with them, I'm afraid. Mutt's got himself past Infinity decals as well, so he's now back up to P6. He's got a 1.7 second deficit to rear wheel 72 man to try and make up, and that's if Infinity decals doesn't have a pop at him here down into turn 3. He's got the inside line, and the camber means he can defend it on the outside if you so wish. He turns to the inside for a long sweeping left-hander, so as long as you get your car in the picture, you'll be absolutely okay. Side by side they go. Plenty of racing respect given between the two, but it is side by side. Infinity decals in the end is just about going to be ahead as they go through the sharp right-hander. B-rated then is going to reel onto the back of this little fight as well, because Mutt's speed was compromised there. He's going to be able to pick up a little bit of extra pace, potentially get onto the back. Unfortunately for the time being, B-rated has to settle for P8. He holds a little bit of an advantage over Dangly Ball. Has 91 bringing up the back of the field at the minute, but the field spread not too bad, other than Fabuki who's just buggered off into the world, unbeknownst to anyone else. The whole field is only separated by about 10 seconds or so. So for the time being, we've lost Angus McCullough up somewhere. What happened to Angus? That happened earlier on, I think. We must have missed that. So for the time being then it's Goldstrom holding P2, we've got JPH in P3. Both drivers having just set personal best lap times as well. Rear wheel 2.6 seconds behind. Oh, JPH just tags the wall. It's kind of losing momentum to Gosholm. As long as he stays in that slipstream though, he might be okay. 5 minutes to go then, probably enough for 3 more laps including this one. So plenty of opportunity for things to go wrong for either of these guys. There is now a big battle for P4 kicking off. There's 5 cars involved in this one pretty much. Currently rear wheel 72 man leads this little pack. He's got the attention of Angus McCullough, Infinity decals, Mutt 36 and B-rated as well. I'm sure Dangly Ball's not too far behind that little battle, as you can see. Angus McCullough and Infinity decals going side by side. So Infinity decals had a very busy day. Not only has he designed 16 bespoke liveries, but he's pretty much raced side by side with someone every lap. As you see, Angus McCullough goes for a move down the inside, a little bit cheeky, but it's fine. And we see Mutt 36 get involved in this as well. This is great racing. Angus McCullough is basically shuffled to the outside. And in the words of Gandalf, you shall not pass, and Infinity decals just about holds him up. Mutt 36 is snuck through though into P5. And Darren gets it all sideways going through there. Angus McCullough getting the attention of B-rated. Angus was battling for a podium here earlier on. He'll be wondering what went wrong in his race. So it's a little fight that they all had. So this minute time, Mutt 36 is in P7. He does go for the move. That slows him down at the apex though, and you just see Mutt 36. He's going to drive it up the inside. Get that Princess Bubblegum or whatever it is up to P5. So he's not far off the back of the rear wheel. And then JPH is another second and a bit ahead. we're running out of time here, ladies and gentlemen. Penultimate lap now. So your podium as it stands is Fubuki. This is Ghostwell, and this is JPH99. That is not a podium I would have predicted at the start of the race, but that's the one we've got. Not far behind, we've got Rear Wheel 72. Mutt, at the minute, he's just flying. He's in a really good, but he's got the freshest tyres out of everyone. Everyone's tyres are starting to feel a little bit tired, aside from Mutt, because he pitted really late. He's got a lot of overtaking to do that, and no one's going to make that easy. Infinity Decals going agricultural off-road there, P6 for Infinity Decals, just ahead of B-Rated, who's having a nice little punch up there with Angus Makoto. Side by side these two go. Currently B-Rated winning out of that one. Dangliball then, as I sort of said a lap or so ago, Dangliball's getting right back onto the back end of these guys. And Has 91 is a couple of seconds off, unfortunately, so what else have we got going on? To say JPH has lost the attentions of Ghostwell's lost the attention of JPH. I was hoping that I'd really shape up for a big fight at the end, but I think we might be denied that one, ladies and gentlemen. Rear Wheel 72 versus Mutt is where the action is right now. A little bit further down, we've still got the fight between Infinity Decals, B-Rated and Angus Makoto kicking off as well. Rear Wheel's just gone on the grass there. It's going to give Mutt the overspeed. Mutt will get the position before the corner, but Rear Wheel's got the inside line, so we'll be able to defend that. Mutt sweeps his car across the track to block that move, and Mutt 36 up to P4 then with the freshest tyres of them all. Can he get JPH 1.3 seconds as a deficit as we start the final lap? That lap for Mutt, 201.6. For JPH, that time of 202.2. So not quite. Mutt really needs a good lap this time round to have a chance at getting the HKS driver ahead of him. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, Infinity Decals has lost the attention of Angus Makoto, who's got the attentions of B-Rated and Dangliball. So this is starting to shape up now. Fubuki's nearly finished the goddamn race. Ghostwell will be happy with this. I think he's had some. I think he's had a win this season, I think. Has he had a win? Ooh, I'm doing all sorts of weird things. I'll find out because I'll be updating the points in a minute. I'll tell you in a sec. Yeah, he's had a win. He won at Maggiore. So he's not had a bad season. He'll be happy with a P2 here. JPH will be chuffed with a P3. He'll be dancing in the streets outside HKS, I think, with a P3 here. Given he was right at the back of the pack when the race started. He's got a couple more corners to hold it together, and he has got Mutt 36 charging through the field to get to him. Mutt, in the space of a lap, has reduced that deficit over a second. He's took over a second out of him. A personal best lap for Mutt then. He's set to dip into the 59s if he carries on this pace. Although I don't think he'll do it, being tucked up right behind JPH. Meanwhile, Fubuki claims yet another win with those power wipers. So that pretty much confirms him as the champion. I'll do the maths in a moment. Ghostwell is going to get P2 as he goes sideways through the penultimate corner. He'll be happy with that. Will Ghostwell? He's had an eventful race. He was down at the back near the start and fought his way back through valiantly. So P2 for Ghostwell. JPH99, happy with that is JPH. P1 Rear Wheel Mance, P4 Mutt, P5 Infinity Decals backwards, P6 Angus Makoto, P7 B-Rated is P8, Dangliball P9 and Has 91 pits. The final lap of the race. You doof. Right. So I should have done this about 5 minutes ago, but I'm going to fire my laptop up, put my keyboard away, replace it with a laptop. Ugh. Thank God I don't have to drive that car again. Yeah, mate, you should be happy with that result. It was a banger. You started last, didn't you? Pretty sure, I'm pretty confident you started last. Yeah, I'm pretty confident you started last. Let me see if I can raise P1 Don again. See if I can get him in. Went 10th. 10th and last to 3rd, mate. You've got to be happy with that. You've really got to be happy with that. Right, I am just going to load up the spreadsheet. You'll have to give me my laptop's the slowest thing the universe has ever invented. I'm also using the hotspot. There we go. Yeah, it's working. I could use my phone, but nah, let's not do that. So we normally have a little bit of a break. Dangly Ball's probably going to tell me in a minute what the break is. I'll save the replay just in case I need a thumbnail for the YouTube version. Yeah, we'll normally get a little bit of a break. So this is the second race that we'll have tonight. 30 minutes again. Start 10-10. 10-10, 10-10, 10. Oh, why is my laptop being so slow? I'm clicking the thingy, but it's just going. It's got a circle. It's not doing anything. A couple of viewers in the stream come and say hello. So I've got someone to talk to and I don't feel like I'm going absolutely mental. Google Sheets. There we go. Right. Let's do this. This piece. Yes, I know it is. Go away. I'm fully aware I'm hotspotting and I shouldn't be, but I am. Because I'm a rebel. Right, the stream's going to be a little bit boring for a moment because I need this screen up. So race results from the last race, and then I'll input these onto the spreadsheet. I'll then be able to give you a live sort of points tally as to where we are going into the final race, and the drivers will know what they're playing for. So let me just work on that. Oh, I need to zoom it out first and foremost because I can't see shit. Zoom. Let's go 75%. Let's do that. There we go. Elite 1. Alright, so Fubuki gains himself 20 points for the win. Ghost Realm gains himself 17 points for P2. JPX99. Oh, that's going to do him a world of favours in this little fight, you know. JPX99. He's going to score 15 points for P3. Dangly Ball, oh, he's way down there. Oh, that's going to screw Dangly Ball up. Who finished P4? P1 rear wheel, man. So rear wheel. You've netted yourself 13 duty points there, my friend. Mutt 36. In your little fight with Ghost Realm, kind of damage limitation for you there, mate. 12 points are coming your way. Infinity Decals. 11 points for Infinity Decals in P6. 10 points for Angus McCotup. Wherever you are there, you're also involved in that little squabble in the mid pack. B rated. Going into the race, P3 in the championship. Gotta be honest, 9 points for B rated. Might affect him. Dangly Ball, 8 points for him. 7 points for Has 91. 20, 17, 15, 30. Yeah, cool. Right, so give me just a moment to do my magical sorting thing. Can't shake the cliche. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the most boring stream. We'll get you some car action on. There we go, look at a car. Just while I'm doing this. Good, mate, good. Yeah, I normally don't stream this. because I'm normally racing in it. But I pulled out of it this time round. Yes, I know it's on. Just piss off telling me about that. Okay, so here's where we're at. I need to hide a couple of these columns. Just for the time being, just hide them. Can I do that? Hide. There we go. I'll just hide them so it's easier for me to see what's going on. Welcome to the most boring stream. Yeah, mate, honestly, I told you I'm a rank 0 streamer. No, I'm just trying to do some spreadsheet stuff. That's all. Yeah, one of the reasons why I guess I wanted to stream this and do this bit is because this P3 battle in the championship, yeah, this P3 battle in the championship's been pretty intense, and I'm just clearing some space on my desk, and I'll type the points in for them. So I want the drivers to see this. Rear wheel my mate P2. I think his pit strategy just cocked him a little bit, you know. Honestly think it did. Good race from Bailey. Yeah man, Bailey did well. Spooky, and he has got 257 points. Have I not? I ain't got my thing on. God damn it. 257. P2 is still Don, so Don's still got P2. He's with 204. P3 is JPH. JPH, you're holding P3, mate, at the minute. You have got 166. P4 is B rated, and you have got 163. P5 is Dangly. P6 is Angus. And you've got 160. Let's do the rest in a sec. P7 is rear wheel. And rear wheel, have I done that again? Yeah. Rear wheel 154. P8 Bailey, and he's got 138. P9 Mutt, and he's got 133. P10 Infinity, and he's got 102. Right, so this is the next challenge, and I'm just gonna go and see if I've got a drink in the fridge because my throat's starting to play up, so I'm not anywhere near my computer for a minute. So basically what I'm saying is anything to play for really in that P3 fight still. Oh, I know they get, so I've done for this one. What have I got to drink? I don't think I can drink one of my daughter's fruit shoots. No, definitely not drink one of my daughter's fruit juice. I ain't got any beer. What am I doing? Why haven't I got beer? Yeah, I'm literally, my head is in my fridge right now. Looking at the screen. I'll get an apple. There we go, we'll have an apple. So this is the reverse race. Reverse order from the one before. So Has 91 will lead us away. So this race the drivers will pick their own car. So as you can see, a lot of them go for the Audi TT, but anyone that's picked the Subaru will get an absolute flyer. So will anyone that's picked the Jag, and that's Infinity decals in the Subaru, and Angus McCope in the Jag. All Has 91 can do at the minute in time is cling on for dear life as these two guys scream towards him. The FF cars, so the Sirocco and the Audi, I'd imagine will come into their own a little bit later on, and all these guys that are all in Audis are really struggling just to get their oh, as we see JPH and rear wheel 72 man come together a little bit. We'll bookmark that and we can go back and have a little bit of a look. Let's go back to the top. Has 91 is still leading the way. 1.4 seconds, I'm just get rid of that. 1.4 seconds is the gap then between Has 91 and Angus McCope. Angus leads to Infinity decals. The TTs are starting to come into their own now though. As it B-rated, the first of the FF brigade. It's worth mentioning to Fabuki though, he's already in P5. He's in a McLaren, again with his wiper on. Power wiper, creating extra aerodynamic effect. He's going to try and take the Audi TT down at the first Mulsanne chicane. He's got the move made, but Infinity decals he's going to have none of it, and he's going to try and keep that position. Thanks for following, by the way. Gnimnob. Yeah. I don't want to just call you Knob, but I kind of feel like I have to do the streaming community a service and shorten your name down. So Fabuki from the back of the grid, already in P3. The FFs are starting to come into their own here. For the time being, oh, who's going off wide there? It was Angus McCope, he went a little bit wide. Has 91's escaping, 1.5 seconds is the lead. Angus McCope, you will see this, they'll pick up little penalties here and there. It's not the end of the world if that happens, but it's not ideal, is what I'm trying to say to you. Well, let me just put my laptop in sleep mode and tuck it away for a minute. We'll come back to that later on. We'll do live points a little bit later. Fabuki then, he's got 27 minutes to overtake two cars, and I think he will be just fine in doing that. Who's that that's gone off? Is that Dangly Ball? It is. Dangly Ball made a little bit of a mistake there. Rear wheel and JPH right now at the back, then JPH has had a bit of an incident somewhere. He's all the way down in 10th. Let's see if we can see what happened to JPH. He's already back in 10th, so something happened earlier on the lap for JPH. We did see him and rear wheel 72 man have a little bit of a coming together, but unfortunately we didn't catch what happened. I love that livery on Angus McCope's car. Oh, as we see Has 91 go, oh, he's gone off. Has he managed to keep it? Oh, some chaos behind as well. So we've bookmarked that and we're going to have a look. I love that livery. That's probably one of my favourite liveries I've seen. I'm too busy looking at the Jag's livery to notice that there's absolute hell breaking off behind. And Fabuki's got himself up into P2. B-Rated's doing a good job in P3, but he's getting absolutely swarmed now by Mutt 36. Has 91's involved in that as well, still after his recovery. Just tailing onto the back of that with Infinity decals hanging on as well. There was chaos a minute ago. Let's go and see if we can see what happened, because I think, I want to say there was a Sirocco backwards. So Ghostron gets it wrong, so he bins it, and then Dangly Ball cooks it. So it was chaos. And then in front we had this lot kicking each other's heads in. Yeah, and then oh, it just all kicked off, didn't it? It just all went a bit mad. So your current race leader then, Angus McCope, in a Halloween-inspired livery. I love it. P1. Faruqi though, P2 in the McLaren. You've got to be honest. I think Faruqi's going to have the race lead again in just a moment's time. So Angus McCope, does he put much of a fight up? Does B Rated try and get involved in this as well? The Jag does leaves that under the Dunlop arch to start another lap. Very close between the top three. We've got Mult 36 as well. He's in a FF, so he should do quite well. We've got Infinity decals in the Subaru. That car is abysmal in a straight line, so Fabuki's got it wrong. I kind of hope, Faruqi, I love you mate, but I just want you to have a bit of a crash just to make it interesting. Oh, he got a little bit of a tap from B, but yeah, to be fair, he slowed down. Like, yeah, I don't think there was any fault on B Rated there. He left the gap and he went for it. And this is tightening it up at the top there. We've got two TTs and a Jag, and the Jag is leading us away still. The two TTs battling it out for front wheel drive supremacy. And Mult 36 currently winning that fight. B Rated P3. Fabuqi trying to recover from that mistake a lap or so ago. P4. Ghost Realm's left the room. I've just replay marking it to see if I can figure out exactly why. And JPH99 has got back involved with Dangly Ball. Let's see what happened with Ghost Realm. It won't let me go to him. But he's done a bob and rage quit. Over summer. Oh God, we've got a car off. We've got a car off. A car is off. That was B Rated. And did he get his braking wrong then? Coming down into the second at Mulsanne chicane. He was running P3, was B Rated. Oh, he just lost the back end of the car. I'm not too sure what happened there with B Rated, because he got his braking were nice and tidy. Got that all tidied up. Fabuqi then P3. Is he going to be able to live with the? Is he going to be able to live with the TTs? So tyre wear here is not going to be a massive issue. So most of the lap is spent full throttle going in a straight line. So you'd imagine the TTs, the Jags, the cars that are good power cars. Will do quite well. The McLaren, don't get me wrong, it's a good car. It's pretty nippy, but as we see there, Fabuqi's just having to take a very measured approach to get past these cars. He cooks it a little bit as well. So he went a little bit deep there, a bit of a send on Angus McCope. Is he going to be able to get the move done here? He does, and the Jaguar just kicks the Subaru a little bit of a reactive move there. That was just that curb bounce, I think they call it. JPH99 then leading away to Dangly Ball and rear wheel one. So rear wheel in the NSX, that was the same car I was in for this race, and I'll be honest, it's gonna be the slowest car here. By a lot as well, not even by a little bit, but by a lot. And he's running a good old-fashioned Stewie Mac livery as well. You'll notice a lot of the drivers, in fact pretty much all the drivers, still running little Stewie Mac liveries or decals. Dangly Ball's got one rocking on his car there. I did see one on JPH's car earlier on as well. Decals still got some on as well. Not sure what I saw on Hazard's. Yeah, he's got one on the bonnet. Yeah, so they're all rocking something. It's the sim racing community love that I will rave about forever. One nice little battle between Fabuqi and Mutz. This is for the race lead. Fabuqi's got a little bit of a penalty he's carrying there. It's a track cut infringement. I'm just going to take a bite out of my apple. It's a long time to be talking about a drink of any kind. Fabuki gets the race lead. Sorry, I'm eating an apple. Fabuki gets the race lead from Mutt. But the good news for Mutt is here, he's got a decent lead over Angus. So we can just focus on this. And with the slipstream, I'm trying to get him right back again. And the McLaren's got a good top end now. It's a 7-gear car. So if anything, Fabuki's probably better armed for the long straights. The Audi's got better acceleration. But Fabuki will be able to hand it to him in straight line. I do love the noise the NSX makes, just to show it's slow. It's just not as capable as the other cars. The main track action then is happening for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So at the minute Fabuki is emerging victorious against Mutt, and then we've got the battle between Angus McCope and B Rated for P3. A little bit further back, Has 91, who's racking up some penalties. He's got a commanding lead in P5, 7 seconds ahead of Infinity Decals in the Subaru. The Subaru's woeful in a straight line. It's got lovely grip. It's not something you need around here. JPH P7 in the Audi TT. And I imagine he might start to reel in Infinity Decals over the coming lap or so. We've got Dangle Ball in the Sirocco, and then rear wheel in the NSX. So we have eaten into 12 minutes of race time here at Le Mans. The good thing is we're not going to get too many laps, because it's 4 minutes a lap and then some. For the time being, the battle for the lead very close, battle for P3 very close as well. Once we hit about 10 minutes remaining, I'll start to input the points as if they were live, and then we can see where everyone sort of falls in. We know at least from that point. As we see, Angus McCope will go a bit too deep through the Porsche curves. Let's jump on board and have a look at what happened there. So he had a B rated right behind him who had nowhere to go. He just cooked too much speed into it. And I've done that very same thing, and it is gut-wrenching when it happens. So Angus McCope down to P5 is behind Has 91. Pit strategy might be important here. I think the FF cars probably could stretch a no stop out. In fact, I think I'd expect most cars to not stop here, because the tyre deg is that low really that you don't ever see it as an issue. Fabuki and Mutt still battling it out for honours. B rated now has been released. He can try and chase down this little pack. He's got 3 seconds to make up. Has 91. I've got to be honest here, Hyundai, I wouldn't expect him to be that much of a challenge to a TT at a power circuit, but you never know. Angus McCope's got some work to do then to get back up there. And JPH 99's got Infinity Decals for company. Infinity Decals starting to hemorrhage time. He's got a dangly ball behind him. Dangling all over the shop. Rear wheel 72 still P9. I wouldn't imagine that to change, not because rear wheel 2's a poor driver, we saw that last time, just the NSX is just not as quick as anything else around here by quite a lot. Let me have a little bit more of my apple. purple sector is being set by Mutt, fastest of all people. B-rated 5 and a bit, yeah, so B-rated's not really reeling these guys in, I'm afraid. Not easy to change cars after a 30-minute race. Yeah, you're right. You get, cause you kind of muscle memory, innit? You get used to driving it. So GTTCC's always had a very similar format where you have 2 different cars to race over 2 different events, especially for Bailey. That's why he's bailed out. I was expecting him in the stream chat, I won't lie. I was 100% expecting him to pop up in the stream chat. Yeah, not happy with the track. Le Mans can be a bit of a bore fest, I won't lie. It's like Nürburgring. Like, it's an excellent track, but it just doesn't promote racing. Le Mans a little bit different. You can race Le Mans, it's wide enough. I don't mind it, to be fair. Especially when we've got fuel turned off. As you can see, we've actually got a race happening because fuel is off and they're not having to worry about fuel saving. There's currently Mutt 36 leading the way. But I think him and Fabuki are just going to swap it around for a couple of laps until one thing that leads to another. We'll jump on board with Fabuki actually and take you for a lap around Circuit de la Sarthe. And for some reason wonder why his windscreen wiper's going 10 to the dozen. Or is it worthwhile jumping on board with a car that hasn't got? We'll jump on board with B-rated. Hopefully he's not listening, he doesn't know I'm doing this. Wiper on. Yeah, I don't know why he's got his wiper on, no idea. So it'll piss me off too much, so I'm not gonna do it. So we start a lap then. I don't know why the thing on the side saying 202, but it's not 202. So down towards the Dunlop chicane then. Nice and early on the brakes. You want to carry the speed through this chicane here. Phil does go a little bit deep there. Down towards the S's. You need to be careful of the camber here. The car wants to break away from you pretty much all the time. Hook that inside apex. You carry a lot more speed through here as you think you can. Down through Tache Rouge. And on to Mulsanne. So back in the old day, back in Group C days and Martin Bundle flipping cars upside down, this was one big long straight. Cars had reached incredible speeds going down here. And of course now what they have done is put these little chicanes halfway, well 2 chicanes, so the cars do reach about max speed and then have to slam on the brakes again. Down on the brakes. Just be careful of track limits here. This is what the drivers are picking up infringements for. They're pretty much all being picked up at that chicane. The track limits are very strict at the early part of it. Because B-Rate's not in the slipstream train of the cars ahead, he's losing time to them all. Mutt and Fabuki just slipstreaming each other basically. That's their strat. As you can see, them going side by side into the second at Mulsanne chicane, sorry. Fabuki's currently leading the race, but Mutt, as you can see by the graphic head, not too far behind him. Phil is 4.6 seconds behind those two. The more they fight, the more it brings him into it. But with 10 minutes left on the clock, you'd have to hope for a bit of a miracle for him to really come back into it. That reminds me, I'll fire my laptop back up again. So down towards Mulsanne corner then. Heavy on the brakes. Don't let your car run too far to the right there, because the track banks away from you and it can suck you off, not in the good way. Another long straight then, of which you will achieve maximum velocity. managed to log into my laptop successfully. As you can see, Fabuki and Mutt still fine. So the run down to Indianapolis then. The car gets very unsettled. You have to lift and gently brake at the same time. Don't brake all at once, because that is basically how you crash. If you want to crash R&R, it's one of the toughest corners on the circuit. It's pretty much a banked, just a straight 90-degree right-hander, but because you spent so much of your lap at full throttle, it's actually pretty hard to get out of the habit of doing that. Like I said, Mutt 36 isn't one of the drivers that's in this battle for third. B-rated is. So B-rated and JPH are in a direct fight for this P3 position. And as it stands, B-rated does take it, as he handles the Porsche curves magnificently. And he has a 9-second lead over Has 91. Last corner, Ford chicane. I say last corners, it's almost two chicanes tied together, this one. It's all about carrying that momentum. The Audi does ride the curbs nicely. And that is a lap of Circuit del Sal. Let's check in with the top guys. Fabuki then, 1.4 seconds ahead of Mutt. Ooh. Oh, Mutt, you let him get away from you, mate. You don't want to do that. Fabuki that lap, 4:14. Infinity decals in the pit. Don't know why he's bothering pitting. So, let's have a little bit of a grid recap. Get my stream chat back on just in case any of you lot have been talking to me and I've not been watching. We're back. Right, so Fabuki, P1 for the Michelin driver. Absolutely smashed it this league so far. 277 points is his grand total if he does claim the win here. Mutt 36, P2 for Mutt. Just dropped back a little bit from Fabuki. He's out of the slipstream now. B-rated, who had just spent a lap on board, with P3 for him. Has 91 currently running unopposed in P4, but Angus back out up. P5, not too far behind him. JP's 99 in P6, kind of on his own now. He's got a 10-second gap ahead and a 15-second gap behind him. We will 72. I think the cars that are behind him have pitted. But he's nice and consistent pace, to be fair, for rear wheel. Infinity Decals, having pitted, is now out in P8, 15 seconds behind the NSX. Dangly Ball, having also pitted, is 6 seconds behind that. As we watch our race leader, just total points, so P4 at the minute is Has. Gets 8 points. So if the race were to finish like this, ladies and gentlemen, Fabuki would of course be crowned king of Elite 1. P1 Don would retain P2, but B rated by a point would claim third, and JPH would still keep P4. So JPH claim promotion still. And I'll be honest, Angus McCall pretty much has to... Angus would pretty much have to come P2 in order to get promotion at this rate. Because of where he is. Dangly Ball, he's on 169 points as it stands. Right down at the back of the field, only claiming 8 points from this race at this minute in time. Yeah, he needs a decent points haul as well to get himself up there. Basically would need B-rated or JPH to crash. Unfortunately for that to happen. Have we got cars backwards down here? What was that? What was going on? Yeah, it really will, man. he's got a bit deeper on ours. So I lost a ton of time to JPH then. 4 minutes remaining, so pretty much last lap for most of these drivers. I think Fabuki might just, yeah, Fabuki might get another one in. Call it a lap of honour. Mutt might as well. Sorry, the commentary for this one's been a little bit dull. The race hasn't been a classic, I'll be brutally honest with you. Have we got anything that might happen in the closing stages? So Fabuki's pulled away from Mutt as there's gaps between all the cars. There's literally no fighting, nothing happening on action at the minute. Fabuki's got to get rid of his penalty at some point. It's only 1.4 seconds. So I'm taking this opportunity to eat my apple. Talking for like an hour straight. Does he throw it after a while? B-rated has caught Mutt, you know. He's been going about as well. Lap 6 for Mutt was a 4.18. B-rated did a 4.17, so he's not closing him quick enough, but he's closing him. Mutt makes a mistake. B-rated got him. B-rated doesn't need to. Yeah, B-rated doesn't need to take him. Yeah, there's no need to at the minute. He's not in dire straits. So I'm just sorting the tables. No, wrong one. There you go. So tie, sort. If the race were to finish like this and Fabuki's getting rid of his penalties, that's what he was doing. If the race were to finish exactly like this and with just a minute left on the clock, it's looking like that's exactly what will happen. Your championship results will be Fabuki will claim the title with 277 points, P1 done, and despite not even racing this league, this round, sorry, will retain P2. But he will have missed 3 races this season, so yeah, he'll probably walk away from this thinking what could have been. B-rated will hold P3 after this, and JPH will just about clinch promotion in P4, just ahead of Angus McColl by a couple of points. So yeah, very close between all of them. B-rated further improvements on catching. Angus McColl will probably get Haz, because Haz has got a load of penalties to serve, but we'll see. I'll rejig the points in a second and see. Right, so Fabuki claims the win at Circuit de la South, and yet another win to add to his already impressive tally this season. Mutt 36. Good result for Mutt. P2 fought him hard all the way. B rated, P3 for B rated. Has that one with about a year's worth of penalties to get rid of. Angus McCart up 2 points. Oh no, what have you done there, Haz? You absolute wallop. You tried to shortcut the corner, didn't you? You donut. P5 for you, my friend. JPH P6 for JPH. Rear wheel's going to bring it home in P7. Dangly ball P8. Infinity decals. Unfortunately, P9 for an Infinity decal. So I'm going to change anything with regards to promotion. That's going to remain unchanged. I'll redo the points in a sec, because a couple of positions did change. Dangly ball got past Infinity decals. Give us a sideways slide, mate. You know you want to. Beautiful work. So that is it. Let me just rejig these points. Haz, you'll be happy to know your cock-up only cost you 1 point, mate. That's all. Alright, let's have some league results then. With Angus finishing 4th and me 6th, do I retain promotion? I'm just checking that. So Angus, 1 sec. I did rejig these points. Give me a sec, bud. So Fabuki 28. 17, 15, 13, 12, 11. No, it doesn't change it, JPH. You still get promotion, right? You still get promotion. Yeah, because you had enough. You had enough in the tank, mate. I think you did yourself a good job at the. You basically sealed it at Alsace. You just needed really to finish this one, and you were good to go. Alright, so that's it. It's a shame that a lot of the drivers tailed off through the season, as is always the way with these things. I think a couple of drivers start the league and never finish it. I'm one of them this season, but I kind of have reasons. Almost screwed that battle with a couple of stupid mistakes. Yeah, I saw the battling with you and Rear Wheel at the start, and I was like, you don't need to be doing that. I just wanted to say to you, like, you're not directly fighting this dude, so just come on, just chill. Obviously I didn't say such, but there we go. So yeah, season 14 then. Anyone that's has been on the page or knows about the page and wants to get involved in this, of course, head over to Mature Racing Club on Facebook. Knows that myself and a lad called Seamus will be running the league from now on, with assistance, no doubt, from the entirety of the club and a few sort of like admin and race league officials and stuff. So season 14, we're not 100% sure on where and when that's going to take place. Obviously we're in a bit of a weird time at the minute. We've got Christmas not too far away. We don't want to start the league too soon after this one finishes, because people do need unwind time, and obviously they need time to do other things as well. So we may start it next year, just to give people a bit of a break. Have some fun stuff go on in the meantime. Of course, we might do the total cocking about league for a few weeks. Get the minis, put ketchup on, make you race on stupid tyres and smash each other up for a few. We'll do that. I think that'll be a laugh. Yeah, and that's it. But keep an eye out on the page for further news on the next season of the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship, where you will no doubt be seeing the likes of Fabuki, Don, B-Rate and JPH in higher divisions or different divisions. We're gonna have a big rejig of the leagues, I think, because there's some lads in Pro 1 that are just ridiculously fast, like Dylan for example, and Mental Nev. They're quick enough to be in Fusion as well. So yeah, I think with me ducking out of Fusion, that will have freed a space up as well. We've definitely got spaces, so we'll see. Also, while I'm on stream, a big congrats to GT Deli B, who has sealed the Fusion title. So he's season 13 overall champ of the league. So well done to him for that as well. Yeah, thanks for following along, people. Really have appreciated your support through the season as well. That's it for Mature Racing Club season 13. We'll be back for season 14 soon, hopefully. We'll have some fun stuff coming up in the meantime, though. While COVID's going on, we all just want to chill out and have a laugh, so let's get on with that. There'll no doubt be some streams and other videos to come of the races that have passed, and yeah, we'll go from that. So thanks for tuning in. I'll bid you farewell, and I'll go and finish my apple. Thanks, lads. Bye.